Hi, guys. Welcome back to another great debate here with myself and my co-host, Pappy Black Rob. Hey, Rob, what's up?
What's up, Uma? I'm ready to go ahead and get this thing started tonight. I got my body armor over there, so I'm gonna be putting it on very shortly.
Are you sure? Because you look like you go into a DJ convention. So you sure you're ready for the show?
Mm, I'm never ready. It's just always a surprise when I come in here, and
I love it. I
every
love
every week I have to go to the hospital after I leave here.
it. DOA, dead on arrival. All right, welcome in Mel Bell. Mel Bell is a current guest that we've had weekly that we love having her perspective. Mel Bell, how do you feel about tonight?
It's the topics seem less violent.
She says that now. Awesome. And then we have another regular, Timbo. Timbo, welcome back. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, this one. Nice. Thank you. Good night. Hello.
Okay. I'm gonna actually bring Timbo out and bring you back in because Timbo, I forget, sometimes he has dogs, so sometimes we have to mute him, but I can't mute the person all the way to the left for me because of the goal meter. So Timbo, come back in and I can mute you. Write something. And finally, we have a new guest tonight that goes by the name of Psychic Advisor. Hi, Psychic. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great. Are you excited for tonight?
Yes, I'm curious.
Curious is a good place to be. Hopefully, we don't scare you
Yeah.
too much.
No care.
Don't be too curious, sir.
Could be detrimental. All right. So it's very simple, guys. We have 6 topics between myself and Rob. We're just going to throw out a topic and see where it goes. After a while, we'll wrap it up, move on to the next. You will, for those of you that are watching this on recording, you will see people coming in and out the box. We have about 25 people right now in this stream, and it's going to probably grow to a couple hundred people. So, we'll see. We welcome everybody in. But just to the viewers, just as a warning, we don't know some of the new people coming in. So, there's just that. We don't know everybody coming in, but we have bouncers and we will try our best to keep this stream PG rated. So I'm going to bring in, I lost somebody. Somebody was requesting the box. Timbo, go ahead and request the box again. So I want to start with this first question. Compliments of Top Badge Lizzie Mars. Lizzie Mars, are you in the comments? She sent me this video and I found it so interesting because it's such a different concept. And I never thought about this. And I said, I can't wait to bring this to the great debate. And actually, I threw it out a few days ago in my stream and it was a big topic. So Lizzie sent me this video of a man that currently wants to change the laws, if you will, because he wants to be able to sell his organs legally. Right now, it's illegal to sell your organs. His argument is that we already do organ harvesting, right? When you die, you have the option to donate your organs. And he said, and then the hospital and the doctors are going to get paid. How come I can't get paid for my own organs? And, there's people in need of organs. And if I have a 2 good kidneys and I want to give one away and make some money while doing it, why shouldn't I be able to do that? So that is the question for you guys tonight. How do you feel about them changing the laws to it being okay to sell your organs?
Question. Is this like you're saying when they're alive still?
Yeah. Like if you're alive and you want to sell your organs for $50K, you can. Well, can I tell you guys, like, on a completely different angle, let's just say it became legal. Don't you think you would see the uptick in people becoming more healthier? Because if you know that you can get 100,000 for a kidney, wouldn't you want to start living healthier, less drinking, no smoking, things like that? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. Now,
Okay. Uh,
Jem
makes
did make a
sense.
good comment. She said, "Can you imagine how many people will just off someone for their organs even more?" That is actually the running argument against what this man is asking for, is that that could become like a thing. Yes.
welcome to the purge, everyone. Hope you guys are enjoying this. All right, I guess I'll go first. No, I don't see people getting healthier because it clearly says on a pack of cigarettes that it's bad for you, and we still smoke, so it doesn't matter.
But
Like
if you
that
know
would
that you
not
could get
deter.
like money for it, would money be an incentive for you to get healthier?
No, I
No.
could give someone $50 right now to stop like drinking for the night. They were like, "No, I need more shots. I just got $50. Bring in more shots." No, that would not be a deterrent for being unhealthy. Like people are gonna be who they are. As far as selling the organs and making it legal, um, I just think whoever this dude is that put this out into the universe has been watching way too many sci-fi movies. Like that's because like you can sell your organs, but who's gonna take it out? Like that's my question.
Home
I mean,
doctors.
at
Who's
the
gonna take it?
hospital, like if it was legal, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you could go
It's
to the
legal. It's
hospital.
legal now.
We can't legally sell our organs.
I mean, we can't sell it, but the hospital can take it.
That's what he said. The hospital can come in,
So,
and then
so
they make the money. He said, "Why are they making money off of my organs?" And then he also made a good point about the black market. He said the black market exists and people are selling organs on the black market. Wouldn't it be better? It's kind of like prostitution.
Uh-huh.
Everybody knows it's going on, and they had to legalize it in some states because they wanted to take care of the prostitutes, right? So
Yeah.
why not legalize selling organs so it's done in a healthier way? I'm for it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm for it.
I'm all for it too.
So tell me why,
I
psychic.
You want to know why? I'm all for it because I'm just saying, like, it could be an incentive. It could be a motivation to get some people to get healthy. Not everyone, but hey, some people. Well, you could sell a piece of liver because the liver will always grow back. You know what I mean? And you could restart someone else's liver. You could help save a lot of people. But do we really want to overpopulate or keep all these people alive?
I like that.
There's a whole lot of
Oh,
options there. So I would say, but I am for it. Like, if you need money or I would say too, you could put your own price on your organs.
Right.
If you're the only one available and you want to sell a chunk of your liver, well, I need $1 million because if I'm gonna go through this, I need to get
they,
paid.
they're not giving you $1 million for your
You
organs.
don't know that.
They're not doing
$1
that.
million. So don't shoot it down. You just don't know what you don't know. If you come across that one guy that needs that liver, or he's dying in a week, he will pay $1 million.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Because if
Uh,
you have it, if you're a billionaire, $1 million is nothing to you.
yeah, exactly. He'd probably even say, you know what? Hey, just because you're hooking me up, have 2 million, have 5 million.
Right.
Now, of course, you're not gonna get $1 million from the dude that's on welfare because you know what I mean. He might cry to you.
He's gonna give you a scratch off.
EBT, bro. Like, you don't have my EBT for that liver. But you know what I mean? Yeah.
But
I just
Boogie
bought
made
this
a good
ticket. Give
point.
me your liver.
Yeah. If I,
Boogie made a good point. He said, but the rich can also abuse it by taking advantage of the ones in poverty. Like we saw that in The Purge, the movie The
Oh,
Purge,
yeah.
right?
uh-huh.
Where they had the people in poverty actually giving away their life just so that their loved ones could be taken care of.
Yeah, there'd be no problem with that too. You know what I mean? It'd be all good.
I
Mello?
think like
so
another
you're at
side,
the end of it.
yeah, I think like another side part to that is if let's say this guy wins this battle and now it's legal to sell your organs, then I think we're going to see more people push for prostitution as well, because then it's going to be like, well, it's my body.
Yeah.
If I can sell organs, why can't I sell, you know what, right?
Yeah.
And then it might even lead into, well, it's my body. I want to have abort missions, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many things that can come from this.
Yeah. Well, it's already legal in California, so
Well, I look at it.
Wait, what?
Prostitution's already legal in California. I heard Vegas too, but I'm not sure about Vegas.
Or euthanasia. That's another good point. Because I don't think is there any state right now where it's legal for euthanasia?
No,
What
it's
is
just
that?
here.
Assisted
Assisted
unaliving.
suicide.
Oh, you were both talking.
It's assisted unaliving.
Oh, okay.
We can't say certain words because this is
Oh,
on
no worries,
YouTube.
no worries.
Yeah, where they help you go, na 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 na.
Eh. Okay.
Timbo, what's your thoughts, sir?
So, I mean, I look at it like it could go either way, because if you look at it like, yes, you can make money out of it. You're doing a good cause by, you're helping out somebody in need who needs it. But yet at the same time, you don't know how it could affect your health, depending on what organ it is, depending on, are you willing to make yourself, sick and like, have to live with doing certain things just for the money? Yeah, I know you're doing it to help the person, but at the same time, if that's all you want, there's other ways out there that you can do that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, depending on who the person is, I would just donate it. Like if it's a family member or somebody close, it wouldn't be about the money. I would just do it because if I know that person really needs it, I would do it for who they are. So
Yeah.
it can be good. It can go, for me, it can go either way. It's like a hit or miss.
Yeah.
It really
Thank
depends.
you. I agree with that it's a hit or miss, because another thought that I had is we live in such a sue happy country, right? And who's to say I'm willingly giving my organ to Rob. He's paying me $100,000 for it. And Mel Bell is the doctor that's operating on me, and there is a mistake. I mean, you know how surgeries go. You could never predict everything in a surgery.
Yeah.
Something happens that is outside of Mel Bell's control. It's my health or whatever else. And then I barely survive, and then I can sue, right? That's another thing that we have to take into consideration too.
But also,
So you're only going to sue my kidney that's in your body. I'm going to sue.
yeah, the one you're giving it to could die on the table too. But
That's another point.
you would have to do a contract for that one. Like if they die, I want my kidney right back, because then they could turn around and sell it to someone else. Like you already got paid, you know what I mean?
Back, because if you got paid, then the transaction's done.
Yeah.
Whatever they do.
Not the return.
Hey, but like I said, you could do a contract. Well, if you die, you die, but I want the kidney back. On top of that, keep my money.
Realistic if they're putting their money on the line.
Yeah. Also, you're putting your life at risk too, because something could happen to you too. It's a big risk,
All right, welcome back to the Great Debate, guys. We are moving on to our second topic of the night, and this comes from my co-host, Pappy Black Rob. So, Rob, take it away. What is our second topic for the night?
All right. It's pretty straightforward. Should Meetme disconnect the dating portion from the live stream section?
Sorry, me and Rob had a
And
very
go.
intense conversation. I was like, this would be a great topic. It would be.
Yeah, and I wrote it down immediately.
I don't know. I don't know who that would benefit or disbenefit. I feel like when you are in the mindset that you want someone or looking to date someone, you're not really paying attention. Like, people are hitting DMs and the LinkedIn accounts. That's for work, sir. Like, Instagram was not made for that. Granted, Facebook now has a dating profile, but it wasn't there before. And so, like, party lines back in the day. So, like, people are making connections all together. I was telling Rob that, I would like to ask some of the streamers, what really made you hit that live in all sincerity? Like, let's cross out, like, and I'm talking about, I wanted to ask the top streamers because some of them have evolved and are in a different stance, right? Like what initially made you didn't just assume that there was a live form. And it came up because in my Q and Vibe show, one of my questions is what made you hit my live? And we would and Rob would have the best giggle when someone would be like, the great personality. Really, you saw my great personality. I want to hear more. I don't agree. Like, I don't disagree with you, but I want to know how you saw that in the picture. And so, with that being said, I don't really think it makes a difference. I think what happens is that people lack control of their self-control, and they assume that removing that makes it excusable to not have the temptation. The reality is the temptation's always there. It's just more in the open then. I can guarantee that I just recently, for the first time, went into the DM part of the app. And I was telling Rob, long ago when I had started, we used to have a read of the DMs. I never got those provocative ones, right? Like I told him when I got my first one, I felt special, like every other girl on the app. He's like, not you wanting the toxicity. So in my opinion, I don't really think it makes a difference. I think that if you are here for live streaming, then do that. And if you're here for dating, then do that. Neither one is guaranteed to you, right? Both of them take work and effort, and what is it? What do the kids call it these days? The Riz. And so, that being said, I don't really feel like it makes a difference whatsoever to have it or not have it.
Not you craving what all the other ladies are trying to get out of their DMs.
Girl, take mine.
Look at me and tell me all the sweet lies.
crazy in the DMs. I try to stay out there as much as I can. My opinion on this is I would love for the apps to be different because I have so many DMs. I think at last count I have over like 500. And I just kept deleting and deleting. I was doing like 100 a day and it still was just not going anywhere. So it's annoying. And then when you get guys that come into your stream and you're having a show like this and they're like, oh, I want to take you out on a date, or you're so beautiful and I want to look into your eyes and all this craziness. And I'm like, I'm not here for that. And then they get really mad. Well, why are you here? And then the name calling starts. And then, oh, you got a man. What are you doing on this dating app? So then there's that misconception, and people don't get that there's people here for streaming. So all of me wants it to be separate, but the businesswoman in me realizes that would not be feasible, because a lot of the people that come to my stream do come here because they're attracted to me, but then they stay because of the content. So
yeah, and it's also like a casino to them a lot of the times. It's kind of like a bartender effect. They come to hang out with you. You're their bar. You're their chill station, whether it's for admiration, to even be slightly inappropriate and flirtatious. And here's your tab, and I'm like, let's look the reality of it. Like, I wanted to ask you, do you feel though, from the dating aspect, I think the question can also be seconded to, do you feel it's an asset to have the dating part as a streamer?
Yeah, it is. Business wise, it does. Because like I said, there's a lot of people that come to my stream, men and women, that are attracted to me. They come for the attraction. Very quickly on, I let them know right up front, I'm in a relationship. I'm not here for that. So I don't, mislead anyone. And then they stay because they do like my personality or the topics we talk about. And then they gift because they appreciate what I'm doing and the content creation. So then it becomes like actually a good part-time job for me. So that's why I said, like, personally, I don't want the dating app here, but then the businesswoman in me understands why we need it.
Timbo, what's your thoughts?
Okay, so how I look at it, like, okay, a separation, I mean, here's the thing. There could be a lot of fakes on that dating. A lot of fakes, a lot of bots, not real people. And if you notice, like, if they can do live streaming at the same time, then now they're not catfish. So you'll be able to catch them, and really that's how I feel about it. I mean, I don't really know much about the dating aspect of it, but I just do know that, it's a lot of fakes. And I just feel like people use it more for the live. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say.
Boogie?
Lizzie said, if the
Um,
gentleman isn't rude about being denied, I meet some really, really cool men on here. And that's a true statement, because there's some guys who's just going to go off on you because you turn them down. And then there's some guys who are like, oh, okay, you're taken, or you're not interested. That's okay. You're cute. I'm still going to hang out here. And you can get some good experiences with that. Yeah. Boogie?
yeah, look, the reason where I discovered streaming was my best mate created a profile on Plenty of Fish so I can find a woman because he thought it was miserable as shit. And I'm like, oh, what does streaming do? I thought women were streaming their profiles like date me. This is what streaming was, you know? And I clicked on few. I'm like, you got your boyfriend next to you. Why are you streaming on a dating app? And then I got into it. I'll tell you what, not once did I ever swipe left or right on the dating app because I got hooked talking to random people on the stream. And I realized, oh, this is not like date streaming. This is just streaming, you know, kind of thing. So at the end of the day, I think it just comes down to common sense. You know, it's an app with multiple functions. If you're looking for someone, you're looking for someone. If you're not, and you just want to meet new people through other means, streaming can help. But I mean, there's good and bad everywhere you look. And as you can tell on this type of platform, you got all sorts, you know. And I'm more shocked that on an app like this, I've seen grown men act more childish than a Jerry Springer show and
And
carry
women.
on and whinge and everything, you know. And the amount I'd never seen so many private parts in a box till I discovered streaming. So, you know, yeah, so there's all sorts, but to separate, it's not really going to change much. And I think the dating aspect of it drives a certain level of traffic towards the streaming. So it just comes down to a level of control and common sense.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
agree.
Yeah.
And I also agree with what, Juices is down there saying. You get that anywhere though, right? Like I think
Mhm.
it goes hand in hand. Like even if you were out on the street and someone was approaching you, you're not interested or you're not for that, they're gonna act, and then I'm uh backpacking on Lizzie. I think it also goes hand in hand why everyone hit the live and what was your interaction. Very much like Boogie. I remember when I came on the live, I knew it was a dating site. Someone signed me up as a joke. And when I went to the lives, I thought it was like an underground, like OnlyFans, to be honest. And I was like, what is this?
That's
And
my
then
only
Wow.
fans.
The underground
a few years
OnlyFans.
ago, and I will tell you, even from a dating standpoint, when people hit the live, very much like, let's realize like now the streaming world here is like content shows on healing and mental health awareness and shows and all of these things, right? That being said, when people hit the live, just very much like in the real dating world, when you're out there for dating, we end up realizing it's either for us or it's not. And we
Right.
end up either, even in the process of dating, meeting people that either works or it doesn't. I've met some of the most amazing, that whole trigger thing of guys and women and men can't be friends. So I feel like there's always going to be an attractive and attention there, yes. But I also feel like I've had some amazing connections with men that, whether it started off as like, hey, I find you attractive and this and that, I don't feel disrespected. I have the most profound connections, like genuine, what I call them chosen family connections with them, where they're almost like rooting for that happiness. And I guess that also it all goes into play how you carry yourself on here, what you bring to the table, so to speak, which is another topic of conversation. So even when it comes to the dating app, I think in general being on here, people even in the dating world realize that even that stems from signing up for these things out of loneliness. And so when they come out here, they realize, oh, now I'm friends with guys on a dating site. That's weird, but it works. I've seen just as many amazing friendships as bromances on here and
Right.
girlhood that literally all stemmed from here.
Here we go. All right, welcome back to the great debate. We're moving into our third topic of the night, and that would be my question. So, you guys know I'm a dating coach and a love healer. You know, I'm a psychic reader for love and relationships. I talk about love and relationships all day, every day through my social media platforms. And it got me to thinking, are men too sensitive and women too hard these days? Are men too sensitive and women too hard? I hear Boogie laughing, so I think he's ready to just go for gold, Boogie. Go for gold.
Look,
By the way, the comments can jump in on here when we're done, just to tell
Yes.
you.
look, I thought I've seen it all till I discovered streaming, and I've seen sensitivity taken to a level that, oh my God, wow. You know, they took the SpaceX rocket straight to a different planet on sensitivity, and I've seen grown men because some woman says no or blunt, and they will open up a stream and cry blue murder even though the facts are there. And there are some people out there, it's like they're living in two different realities where
Right.
common sense is fictional to them and their reality is like, you know, hula hoo hoo. And at the end of the day, and they cry and they whinge and they bitch and they gossip. And I sit there and I go, wow, Jerry Springer really created a new platform in streaming, you know? The only thing is missing is no one is duking it out on these streams, and that would be interesting to see. But it's interesting when it's not that women are harsher or whatever, but in an aspect, I will say men on here, they must have drank some special Kool-Aid, and they are a special breed of oversensitivity, and they carry on. And even when another man says something about another man and watch him carry on, it's just like, do you guys need a moment together? Yeah.
What about the
Yeah.
women? Do you feel the women are too hard, or is it just your complaint is about the
The
men?
women, I think it's a mixed bag of nuts. Some are very obnoxious to a level, but I think that's the reality of it. But I don't
Mhm.
think they're harder. I just think you treat them with the respect they deserve, and they will treat it back. But if you come in like a desperate little simp, and then you whinging and carrying on, well, don't be upset if she puts you back in your place. But
Right.
when a woman puts a guy in his place, then the guy will start go, oh, what a bitch, what a this, what a that, and carry on, not looking at it from his perspective. Well, how did you carry yourself? Did you treat her with a respect? Did you? And I've seen that on here. And that thing, so I would say majority of my experience on this app, men are a special breed of sensitivity and they need to check themselves.
I want to hear from someone else on the panel. Well said, Boogie. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Who else would like to contribute?
Well, we just had this conversation in the beautiful Uma Bee's show, which hopefully you guys will check out off of the stream. And I think it goes hand in hand. Um, you have to find someone that you're willing to be soft. I think it's been normalized in newer times that women have lost their femininity and they feel like they're the man and the woman and it's really just more emotional self-defense is what it is, in my opinion, just my opinion.
Mm,
And I think for men, it's become of them fighting to fight the stereotype that they have no emotions, right? And somewhere in there, we've lost the concept of what is what, because the man hasn't found someone worthy. Not all men, but in generalization, is that we haven't found a man worthy of him feeling his woman offering him the transparency enough for him to lay out emotions and for me to be soft with. I know now in the relationship I'm in now, I feel like transparent and I feel comfortable enough to put my hair down. As I realized within myself that I didn't do that before because, again, a little bit what Boogie said, you put yourself, finding the man that, while I appreciate a man that embraces his emotion on like where, like, are you just being permissible? Are you just being complacent? And ultimately, I think that we forget as men that while they also like the chase and the thing, women do too. We want somebody that's going to rise to the occasion. I want you to put, in a nice way, like, be soft with me, give me space to be soft and soften my load and allow you to lead, but also like to embrace that. And I think we're more eager on that again with the whole transparency thing. And going back to the it's been normalized to lose our feminism. You have all these songs that women think that like us, that we can't be soft because, God forbid, we're going to go back in old times. We don't allow the man to soften the loan, to be the man's man, to lead. And like for me particularly, like I want my man to be the man's man and give him the chance to lead me. But when it's set at home, for him to put it down and know that when he's being emotional, that he's being selective on that as well. The same way that I can put up a front and we can both hold it down, and we're both in an understanding that we can hold it down by ourselves, but that there's such a transparency that we can switch those roles without pointing the finger on which is more or less. So that, I don't know if that makes sense.
Does. Thank you. Timbo, do you want to weigh in on this?
So, yes, how I look at it, like, okay, in public, men, we can be a lot different. We want to have that composure, we want to have that toughness, but I feel like behind closed doors, we are much different. A lot of us are much different. A lot of us, we show our true intentions, our true emotions, especially if you care for somebody or you really were in a relationship with this person and you look at everything like, oh, I've done so much for so and so. It really shows your real character.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I see it, like with that part, that yes, men can be sensitive, but again, it may not be out in public. It may and it may not be, but I feel like a lot of it is behind closed doors, and 9 times out of 10, majority of the men are going to be like that. That's how I look at it, because it's life. And you know, when you have something in your mind that really touches you, you're gonna act. And yeah, that's how I look at that part.
Say I've got a partner, and there's a particular person on this app. Everywhere I go, he's attacking, like, oh, but you have a partner. Why are you on here? You're in almost every female stream. Yeah, and it's like I'm living rent free in this guy's head. And he's continuously, like, he's been put down by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. They know, like, these people know my partner, and she's a streamer as well, and she knows what I'm like. But this guy is bringing it up, even to her face. Do you trust him? Would you? And she's like, well, I have a lot of men in my stream. Would he trust me? But he's like, oh, well, that's different. And I'm just laughing because the logic and, and like I said, I'm rent free in his head, and he
Yeah.
just keeps doing it and carrying on. And he's like, I'll be a real man. I said, well, real men don't gossip and carry on like a high school kid, accept what you get and move on, you know, if we want to play that stereotype. But yeah, some people just don't know how to regulate their emotions, their thought, or what comes out of their mouth.
That's so interesting, because I was just talking to my friends earlier, because there's two men who literally know so much about me. I mean, one man on here that's stalking me, his name is I'm So Chill. He even knows my health insurance. And I'm like,
Yeah, that guy.
He knows
yeah,
your
I'm
what?
gonna throw his name out there since he wants to be known so much. But he even knows my health insurance. He knows my health insurance.
What?
And he said that I don't own my house. And he said I'm not an author. And I'm like, and the other guy, RFK, is a troll on here. And he's like, Uma's lying to you. She's never written books. And I'm like, these are things that can be looked up online, that I own my house, that I've written books, but it's not even something to like contend. It's like, so what that I did those things? I don't think I'm a big deal because I did those things. I think that I'm just a very successful person in life, and I like to do things, that makes me happy. So it's just interesting to me. I want to do a topic on this one time about the mental health of people, because I
Hmm.
don't think that these trolls see that they're a problem or that they have a problem. They become so fixated on another human being. And it's like you said, we live rent free in these people's heads, and they don't see that as the problem. They see us as the problem.
Yeah.
And it's wild. It's very, very unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So welcome back, everyone. We are still in the great debate, and we are moving on to our fourth topic with Rob. So, Rob, go ahead and take it away. What is your topic for tonight?
Oh, I'm glad you asked because it's another straightforward topic for everybody.
Hold on. I
How
just
do
want to
we?
put on some shades real quick. Go ahead.
Wow. How do we all feel about Beyonce winning the country award?
Alrighty. Well,
We got a heck no. Country, you got any comments about that? Is that
I
your
feel
name?
like her
To me,
her country
oh, go
albums suck.
Timbo.
I feel like her country albums suck, and
Maybe
yeah,
because it wasn't one.
I just feel like her country albums suck. That's all I can say. I mean,
It wasn't a
I
country
just
album. Let's start with that.
right? Yeah,
I just want to go on record to say that the thoughts and opinion of Timbo only apply to Timbo. I love the Beehive. I just want to let
I heard him say that Rob knew good and damn well what he was doing when he chose this question.
I wouldn't even say that well because she's a country artist, sister, because I've seen some artists that have changed their genre, just like Taylor Swift started off as a country and went to the thing. It's about honestly like embracing it properly, right? But and, like no one takes away that she had a hit song, that it was catchy. Everyone was doing TikToks. All of you in here were playing it. Okay, all of you. But
I
did it
wasn't.
deserve to win the
I wasn't.
absolutely not. That was so offensive.
I didn't even know
on
she
so
did a
many
country
levels.
song.
Okay, I do have a
Like, the fact that
question.
she went was so offensive to the whole country music industry. I'm sorry.
I have a
Look,
question. How many people that you, without Googling, without searching, how many people do you guys know have successfully transitioned from one genre to the next?
no, there's a few. I do.
Okay.
I mean, Snoop went from rap to reggae, and he did really well with
That
that.
did not. No, sir. He did not.
Yeah, he did. He did some good ones.
I think he misunderstood the question. She said successfully.
Nelly actually was a successful country artist that came from being a hip hop R&B singer. So
Are we
I think that was
redefining the word successful?
It's like a big name, like Michael Jackson did this, or
one good catchy radio hit does not mean you successful.
He had more than that. He had more than that. Calm down.
Yeah, no one listened to that.
I would have to
Sort
say
of
a
like
guy
JT
named
leaving
Rondo Brown.
pop.
What was that?
I'm a big
Or
JT
like
guy.
Justin Timberlake leaving pop for his cultural roots and never heard about him ever since then. And now he's trying to make a comeback again. It's end of the day, look, you stick with what you're good at. There's nothing wrong with, sort of testing the waters everywhere, but learn from examples like Michael Jordan going from basketball to baseball. There are not you can be good with something doesn't mean you're good with everything, but there have been good black country singers. But I think the problem with today is when it comes to the color of your skin in an aspect, it plays this fear in media. If they didn't give Beyonce the thing, then another group will scream, "Oh, you didn't give it to her because she's black." At the end of the day, she's good at her hip hop or pop or whatever. Great. But if she did a country song and I ain't like it and I'm black, I ain't gonna like it because she's black. And it's just being realistic. But the media plays this game that creates a divide,
Yeah.
and to give somebody an award for something that majority of everybody saying was bad means they're playing on a tactic. And I mean, Kane Brown, I was shocked when I heard his voice. I thought he was a white guy, and then he turned out to be a black guy singing country. I'm like,
Right.
oh, right.
Right.
And he has the voice for that. But people, when you're of a certain class and money and all of that, it's about buying that popularity and then creating that controversy, and then the victim game is played. And I'm not going to defend Beyonce for it, because when I heard she did a country song, I'm like, what the hell? What's wrong with she? You know.
But
I think
but
wait,
Bobby,
hold on, Rafi. I
that's
might
such a
use
good
the race
point.
card. I don't think
But
it was the
Boogie,
race card. I agree with
Yeah.
Rafi.
right?
This was a
Yeah,
Beyonce thing. And I mean, people are out there thanking her for I don't know what, and you know what I'm saying. So like for other awards, and so I'm sorry. I agree with Rafi. I think that this was a Beyonce thing. I refuse to create another, like what I feel is going to be a violent conversation of bringing the race card.
No,
The
because
no,
boohoo.
I'm not
There is
trying to bring it
there's
in. I'm
Boogie,
lots of
saying
great
media.
African
let me
American country
let me
artists.
say something.
She is not a country
Because Boogie,
Yay, thank
there's a
you.
country artist. He's a black guy. He never got any credit towards country music at all, and I think he's pretty good. His name is Blanco Brown. Blanco
Yep, I
Brown
know him.
is
artist.
a
Yep.
great
But
country
there's
singer,
also there's so many
and he's
black
never
country
gotten any
artists. There's
award.
there's Charlie Pride. Charlie
Kane
Pride.
Brown.
Charlie Pride. There's the guy from Hootie and the Blowfish.
There's a
He
guy
was
Kane
actually going to be
Brown.
my suggestion of somebody who switched genres, because Hootie and the Blowfish was huge, right? And then he moved into country, and he did it in country. He did great in country.
Right?
Oh,
Blanco.
Hey,
Traffic. And I've seen it happen because here in Australia, I worked for Fairfax Media and I ended up quitting because it just didn't line up with my moral compass. And the fact that they played with words to drive the traffic, and one of which they love to do is play the race card when it came to the football.
And
And so it's a thing that I think, look, if Beyonce wants to do what she wants to do, then go for it. But yeah, it's just the hype of that bandwagon and
right.
everything, and that's what annoys me.